Hello students, till our last part of data handling, we have studied about how to calculate the arithmetic mean, range, median and mode of a given data. Also there we have solved exercise 3.1 and 3.2 which is based on these concepts. In this part of data handling, we will study about what is a bar graph and how to represent a bar graph of a given numerical data. So let us start with bar graph. So students, what is a bar graph? A bar graph is a pictorial representation of numerical data in the form of rectangles or bars of equal width and varying heights. It means whenever we have a numerical data and when we represent this numerical data in the form of rectangle of equal width and changing heights, then such a pictorial representation is known as bar graph. Let us see an example. Here you can see that we have a given data which includes some workers A, B, C, D, E and their earnings per day. So when we represent this numerical data in the form of rectangle of equal width and varying heights, then such representation is known as bar graph, as you can see here. So this is the pictorial representation of this corresponding data. Also here you can see that these rectangles are of the equal width. Each rectangle has the equal width and changing height according to their numerical values. That's why these rectangles are known as bars. One more thing about the bar graph is that in bar graph, the space between each bar or each two bar is same. As you can see here, the space between the bar A and B is same as the space between the bar B and C, and this is also same as the space between the bar C and D. That is, we can say that in a bar graph, each bar is spaced by equal distance. So these are two properties of a bar graph. Now we will study how to draw a bar graph of a numerical data. So students, these are several steps which we must follow in order to draw a bar graph of a given data. So step 1 is that on a graph paper, first we draw a horizontal line OX which is known as x-axis and a vertical line OY which is known as y-axis. After that, in step 2, we have to mark points at equal intervals along x-axis by which we represent different data items which is given in the given data. And after that, in step 3, we choose a suitable scale. Choosing a suitable scale means we have to take divisions on y-axis such that the given numerical values in the data can be shown in a concise and clear way. After choosing the scale, we have to mark the heights of the bar for the given numerical values parallel to y-axis from the points on x-axis that we have marked in step 2. And the last step is that on the x-axis, we draw bars of equal width for the heights marked. So here we have a question from exercise 3.3. Number of children in 6 different classes are given below. Represent the data on the graph. Classes are given 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. And these are the number of children in these particular classes. Now it is asking how would you choose a scale, and second, answer the following question: which has the maximum number of children and which class has the minimum number of children. After that, we have to find the ratio of the student of class 6 to the student of class 8th. Now first, we will draw the corresponding bar graph, and with the help of bar graph, we try to find answer of these questions. Now students, we follow the following steps that we have learned for drawing a bar graph. So our step 1 is that first we have to draw a horizontal line OX that we have drawn here. So this is the horizontal line OX. After that, we have to draw a vertical line OY. So this is the vertical line OY. So our step 1 is completed. In step 2, we have to mark points at equal interval on the line OX or x-axis. So let us mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. Now these marked point represent the class. So we have represented class along x-axis or the line OX. So this point represent the class 5th. For your convenience, we are using pen, but student, you have to draw the bar graph with the help of pencil only. So this point represent the class 5th. This point represent the class 6th. This 7. This is 8. This is class 9. And this is class 10. Okay. Now, our step 2 is completed. In step 3, we have to choose a scale. And we have to choose a scale such that all the numerical values that are given in this data can be represented in a simplified way in the bar graph. So let us choose the scale that one small division is equals to one child. That is, one small division represents the one child. Now in this box you can see that if we take a particular box here, then you see that in this box there are total 10 divisions. If one division represent one child, then 10 division represent 10 child. Following this, we can represent here, this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, this is 140. Okay. Now, after that, we have to mark the height of the bars corresponding to the numerical values. So corresponding to class 5th, the bar has the height of 135. So corresponding to class 5th, we mark the height as 135. So this is 130 and this is 135. Corresponding to class 6, the bar has a height of 120. So this is class 6 and the bar has a height of 120. So this is the mark point. After that, corresponding to class 7, the bar has a height of 95. So this is class 7 and 95 is here. So this is our required point. After that, class 8, the bar has a height of 100. So this is class 8 and the bar has a height of 100. Now the class 9th has a bar of height 90. So this is class 9 and this is our 9th. So we'll mark point here. After that, last class 10 has a bar of height 80. So this is class 10 and the height corresponding to 80 is this. So we have marked the height of the bars. Now in the last step, we have to draw the bars of equal width on the x-axis or the line OX. So this is OX and this is O. Okay. Now let us draw the bar of equal width. So first for class 5th, we draw the bar. Mind here that you have to make the width of the bars same. Okay. So this is the bar corresponding to class 5th. Now corresponding to class 6, so this is the bar for class 6. After that, class 7. So this is the bar for class 7. Now class 8. Class 9. The bar for class 9, and finally class 10. Now students, you can see that each bar has the same width and spacing between them is also same. So this is our corresponding bar graph for this given data. Now let us solve the questions. So our first question is, how would you choose a scale? So we have chosen a scale such that all these data can be represented in a simplified way. And our scale is 1 small division is equals to 1 child. That is, 1 small division represent 1 child. After that, second question is, which class has the maximum number of children and which class has minimum number of children? Now students, let us see that here the height of the bars gives us information about the number of children. So when you carefully observe these bars, then you observe that the bar corresponding to class 5th has the maximum height. It means that the class 5th has maximum number of children. So only by seeing this graph, we can say that class 5th has the maximum number of children. After that, we have to find which class has minimum number of children. So again, from this bar graph, you can see that the bar for the class 10 has the minimum height. So it means that class 10th has minimum number of children. So we can say minimum number of children are in the class 10. Now our next question is, we have to find the ratio of a student of class 6 to the student of class 8. So number of student in class 6 is 120. So ratio is equals to number of students of class 6 divided by number of student of class 8. Okay, so let us put the values. So number of student in class 6 is 120 and number of student in class 8 is 100. So when you divide, then 2 6 times 12 and 2 5 times 12. So the ratio is 6:5. Now students, next question from the exercise 3.3 is, the performance of a student in first and second term is given. Draw a double bar graph showing appropriate scale and answer the following. So this is the following table which represents the first term and second term marks out of 100 in the particular subjects English, Hindi, Maths, Science and Social Science. Then after drawing the double bar graph, we have to answer these following questions. First, in which subject has the child improved his performance the most? In which subject is the improvement the least? And third, has the performance gone down in any subject. So first we will draw the double bar graph for this corresponding data, and now we will answer all these questions. So let us see. So students, this is the corresponding double bar graph for this given data. Again, this is known as double bar graph because here you can see that the marks obtained by a student in two terms in each subject is represented by two bars. One is blue bar and the other is black bar. Again, in this bar graph, we have chosen the scaling that 1 unit is equals to 10 marks. And in this double bar graph, the blue bar represents the first term marks, while the black bar represents the second term marks. Now let us try to solve the questions that are asked here. So our first question is, in which subject has the child improved his performance the most? As we have to find the improvement in which the child has performed most, so we have to observe only bars of those subjects in which height of the black bar is greater than height of the blue bar. So when you observe this double bar graph carefully, then you observe that except the subject Hindi, in all these subjects, English, maths, science and social science, the student has improved. Why? Because the height of the black bar is greater than the height of the blue bar. But we have to find in which subject the child has improved the most. So we have to observe that subject in which the difference in the height of these two bars is maximum. So when you observe this double bar graph carefully, then you observe that in the subject mathematics, the difference in height of these two bars is maximum. That's why we can say that the child has improved his performance most in mathematics. So we can say that child has performed most in mathematics. Why? Because the difference in height of these two bars is maximum. Now in second part, we have to find in which subject the improvement is least. Again, we observe only those subjects in which the height of the black one is greater than the blue one. So we have to observe the subject English, maths, science and social science. And out of these four subjects, English, maths, science and social science, we have to find in which subject the difference in height of the two bar is minimum. So when you observe carefully, then you find that in the subject social science, the difference in height of these two bars is minimum. So we can say that the student has improved least in the subject social science. So our answer is social science. That is, in social science, the child has improved least. In next part, it is asking, has the performance gone down in any subject? It means with the help of this double bar graph, we have to find that subject in which the student has not shown improvement. Or in other words, we can say that we have to find that subject in which the height of the black bar is less than the height of the blue bar. So while careful observation, you can see that there is only one subject, Hindi, in which the height of the black one is less than the height of the blue one. So we can say that in the subject Hindi, the student has not improved. So this is our answer. That is, in the subject Hindi, in Hindi, the performance has gone down. The performance has gone down. Okay. So students, this question is solved. Now you have to solve the remaining question by yourself. Thank you.